I've said before, we have constant birthdays between October and Christmas, and so my daughter Crecia just recently turned 16, and this stuff has been up for a few days, so it's time to get everything cleaned up. I have a box full of old wrapping paper, and I have that bag full of balloons that I'm going to get deflated, and I'm actually cleaning this all up so that I can start a Christmas wreath for my front door. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave it linked in the description box below. It was actually a pretty exciting wreath project for me because I couldn't find a wreath form in the area stores, and I didn't feel like driving into the city. So I decided to try it without a wreath form, and it went so well, I don't think I'll ever buy a wreath form again. Having one celebration after another can be stressful, but I think this year in 2020, it's pretty easy to be thankful that there's something to celebrate. I think we all need a break from the normal mundane of life and the worries from watching the news, and so it's been good to just force me to focus on things at home and focus on celebrating as a family and being together and being thankful. I've definitely found the key to surviving 2020 is just to stay in my own lane, focusing on what is next, not getting too far ahead of myself, but just thinking of doing the next thing, whatever that is, whether that's wiping down my table or vacuuming or buying birthday presents or planning meals, just staying busy. I can pray as I work, but really there's nothing I can do about the situations that are affecting my country, that are affecting the world. All I can do is pray. All of us can do is pray. And we can rely on God and know that He is there to help us when we call out to Him. Having a YouTube channel has also been a huge help for me to keep me focused, because even when I don't feel like cleaning, turning on the camera and cleaning so that I can share with you all has really been a huge motivator for me, and I'm so grateful and thankful for all of you who watch my videos. And I have loved interacting with the ones who comment in the comment section below. So I hope that if you're new to my channel or if you're returning, that you'll show yourself in my comment section and say hello to me so that I can greet you. I love meeting new friends, and I love getting to know each of you as you comment in each of my videos. I've been trying to go the extra mile in my cleaning, so I'm getting the chairs wiped down and underneath the table wiped down, just thinking about Christmas coming and a wedding on the way where my son is getting married, and I have another son who's coming to visit. And so with Christmas coming, it's just a good motivator to do those little extra things so that when Christmas comes, I'm looking around at a sparkling, clean house, and I know I'm just going to relax and enjoy time with family. You know that old saying, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Even though we're truly not responsible for everyone's emotions in the family, and it is way beyond our control, I would say that we do, as women, tend to set the tone in our family. And I don't want to hide my emotions and lie to my family, but at the same time, I decide each morning, how am I going to show up for my family today? Am I going to count my blessings? Am I going to be cheerful? Am I going to remind others to pray instead of worry? I think one of the ways that I share my faith with my children is by showing that I am confident in God. I know He's there for me, and I can pray to Him and ask Him for help. I show my faith to them when I look on the bright side and I find things to be thankful for. And just like my bad moods can be contagious, I think my good mood can be contagious too. I've got my dining room all clean, and now it's time to mess it up. I had my pine for my wreath in on my bedroom floor, and so I'm bringing that all in and getting it set up so I can film. With the pine off the floor and the pine spills left behind, I need to vacuum it up before it gets tracked all over the house. If you could, let me know in the comment section below, do you have a real Christmas tree or do you use an artificial tree? When I was a little girl, we always had an artificial tree, and I always dreamed of having a real Christmas tree. So for the 30 years that I've been married, we've always gotten a real Christmas tree. So I do a lot of vacuuming and sweeping because, of course, those spills do fall to the ground. I don't keep a real wreath in the house. I keep those outside because I can't water them, so they do better outside. But I do have a real Christmas tree that you'll see in the coming days. I can't put it up too soon because it is real. You don't want it to die, although we do cut it fresh. But I do wait until at least after Thanksgiving before we go ahead and put up our Christmas tree. With the magic of video, I've done the major portion of my wreath. It's actually in the closest right-hand corner to you now. I'm getting the big branches put outside, and then I'll be putting the smaller branches in a bag in case I'd like to embellish the wreath a little bit more. So this is more just some damage control. As you can see, my footage came out a little blurry, and I do apologize for that. I wanted to include it because I do these DIY videos, and when I do a DIY craft project or even a recipe, I spread out. I have everything out before me, and I'm a bit of a hot mess. But it always just looks like you do the DIY project, you never see the cleanup. And so I thought, since this is a cleaning video, it'd be good to see the reality of when I do these little DIY projects in my house. The pine from the wreath had left tons of dirt on the table, so I am getting that all cleaned up. So there is an irony there that I had just cleaned the dining room and then I went and messed it up. But isn't that just the reality of keeping a home? So I hear my husband say to my 17-year-old son, "You want to do something crazy?" So I thought I better head outside and check it out. We have a floodlight at the top of our house, and I did want the bulb replaced. It's been years since I've been able to turn that floodlight on because we don't have a ladder that's technically tall enough. So my husband got the bright idea to pull up the van, stick the ladder in the van to give him some needed inches. So here we go. And Fran's job is to hold that ladder so that his dad doesn't come tumbling down. To be honest, I thought that is a frightening idea, but here I am outside with my camera getting it all for you to see. And you gotta let me know, do you have scenes like this at your house, or am I the only one? Glory of glories, he did it and he lived. Meanwhile, inside, Yvonne has decided to make supper tonight, and she is making a pork egg roll in a bowl. And I have never shared this recipe, so I thought I would share it today. First, you'll heat up 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. We are doubling this recipe, but we did not double the sesame oil because it has such a strong flavor. Once that's heated up, you can add 1 medium chopped onion and 5 green onions, and I'm just adding the white portion here. of the green onion, and then the green portion we will add later to the top as a garnish. Yvonne is sauteing this until the onions are translucent. To that, we're adding approximately 3 cloves of garlic, and I'm sure we actually added a lot more than that because we love garlic. I like to add my garlic at the end because I'm always worried that garlic's going to burn and go bitter. As the garlic is browned up, we're adding a pound of ground pork, and because we're doubling the recipe, we're actually going to be adding 2 pounds of ground pork and scrambling that together. Now, I will have all the ingredients listed in the description box below, as well as the link to the recipe. I have Kendra Holly's Craveable Keto Cookbook, which is where I got this recipe, but she also has the recipe online, which is why I'm able to share it. But I will say that I highly recommend this cookbook. I have really loved it, and whether or not you're keto, you're gonna love this cookbook. And you'll see later that some of us are putting this over rice, which is not keto friendly, and other of us are keeping it low carb by putting it in a lettuce cup. We have some rice cooking in the pan you see to the right of the frying pan. Now we're adding a half teaspoon of ginger powder. Of course, we're adding a full teaspoon. To that would be a half teaspoon of salt, or 1 teaspoon if you're doubling like us. To that is a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, or a half teaspoon if you're doubling. The recipe also calls for 1 tablespoon of Sriracha sauce or garlic chili sauce, but I don't like that, so we're not adding it. And then is a bag of coleslaw. I didn't know I'd be doubling the recipe when I bought the coleslaw, so I only bought 1 bag, so I'm supplementing with some chopped purple cabbage, and then we're adding 3 tablespoons of tamari sauce, or you could use soy sauce if you're not gluten-free. Of course, it's 6 tablespoons if you're doubling. You'll see I have some chicken cooking in the back there and some water boiling that I'm going to be putting pasta in. We have a lot of different dietary needs in our family, so it's always a little restaurant style at our house. Finally, Yvonne's adding 1 tablespoon of unseasoned rice wine vinegar, or 2 tablespoons if you're doubling. We let our cabbage cook down a little bit too much because of the timing of supper, but it was still delicious, and some had it on a lettuce cup while others preferred it on top of rice, and it was so good. This was day 2 of wreath making, and so I had to get out all my Christmas ornaments and my ribbon because I was really trying not to spend money on this wreath. I had my glue gun out, I had the Mod Podge out. I just have a lot of things, and you can see Ava in her deer costume from Halloween. It's so cozy and warm, it's become pajamas. So I'm getting my kitchen all tidied up, and then you're going to see my nice mess in my bedroom where I had all kinds of bags of ornaments. I do tend to keep my ornaments just in plastic shopping bags. I'll wrap them in paper towels if they're breakable, but I have just found that that is super easy. Anyway, I'm bringing over my trash can so I can just scoop it all in the trash. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. You're going to see me do a nice little Christmas DIY here in my kitchen. I'm going to set up a hot cocoa bar. So you'll not want to miss this. The girls and I had so much fun picking out things for our cocoa bar. And here you can see my mess in my bedroom. Yep, it's bad. That's okay though. We're going to get it tidied up, and let's see how fast I can do it. I have so much holiday motivation planned for you in this holiday season, from recipes to crafting DIYs. I really want to help people come up with celebration ideas and decoration ideas that don't cost money or cost very little money, because I recognize that this has been a tough year for everyone, but we all need some celebration. We're all adjusting to the idea that we might not be able to have the big parties and celebrations we are hoping for. And so I think it's really important if we can just bring a sense of joy to our homes and find some fun things to do with our family so that we're not missing what we might normally do for celebrations each year. I hope you'll stick around for that. I hope you'll find that super motivating, and I hope that I can help you to have a really, really happy holiday season. If you like me incorporating the cleanup after the video making in my cleaning videos, tap that thumbs up button and then I'll know to make more cleaning videos like this one. I have a holiday cleaning video where I clean my oven, and so I'm going to put that in the upper right corner of this video. I think you're going to enjoy it and find some motivation there. So go ahead and tap on that video, and I'll see you there. Remember, as always, that God loves you, and I love you too, and I can't wait to see you next time.